invitation.
Same here, my brother. God bless you for
Yes,
the good work that you guys are doing.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And those in diaspora, most of them have been bombarding our inbox for a while now. We want Abel Stone to come live to speak to us in regard about the situation in the ongoing election, which is set for September 19. So we believe you are in the better position to actually let us know what is on ground right now. I would like you to introduce yourself to people in diaspora because they are packing up right now. They are watching you, who you are, your name, and what you do. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Naija Wash. My name is Kelly Unoma Okumbawa, popular Boston. I'm a citizen of Nigeria, a full-born of Edo State. I was born and brought up in a local government, Use village, precisely. I attended my primary school in Use Primary School. I later further to my secondary school, say secondary school. So how God may have it, with my humble background, I was not able to further anyway, but I give God all the glory for the opportunity He has given to me. So I'm a full supporter of God Godwin Obaseki. Currently, I'm the deputy coordinator of PUWOF. PUWOF means Public Works Volunteer. We are in charge of the task force that cleared New Benin, Tech Junction, all these houses that you are seeing that you cannot drive past before. By the grace of God, when the administration of Godwin Obaseki came on board, so they introduced this PUWOF, and that's what we have been into. So by the grace of God, that is the job I'm doing for the good people of Edo State. Thank you. And I'm married with a wife and 5 children. God bless me with 5 daughters. And just 2 weeks ago, my wife put to bed. So I give glory to God Almighty for all He has done for me. Thank you very much.
Congratulations for your newborn baby. Thank you for
God
joining the
bless
show once again. We are going to go straight to the point. We have another guest that's going to come in soon, Eriamiantor Stephen. So before that, we're going to ask you, like you said before, that you're supporting Governor Godwin Obaseki. So Governor Godwin Obaseki have been there now for the past 4 years.
you. Yeah. 3 years
So
plus.
almost 4 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'd like to know what makes you think that it deserves second term.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Before that,
Firstly,
before that, please let's welcome Eriamiantor to the show. Hello, good evening, Mr. Eriamiantor. Nice to have you here. Your mic.
Yeah, good evening,
Okay.
my brother. I greet you. Good evening,
All right,
viewers.
good to have you here. We'll
It
come
was
back
good.
to
I
you.
greet you.
the greatest. I
How you
appreciate you,
doing,
man.
sir?
Man, I'm good. We are doing great.
Okay, nice.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So we're going to go back to Abel Stone again. So please, I want you to tell those in diaspora why you think that Governor Godwin Obaseki deserves a second term.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother. A lot. Because the man has done well. As you may know, before Godwin Obaseki came, I was one of those beneficiaries in this revenue of a thing. I was Tony Kabaka's PA for 5 years. And we know how things was going then. So when the man came on board, the greatest governor we have ever had in Edo State, whether they like it or not. And when the man came, it made every one of us to understand that it's not going to be business as usual. That for those who are ready, they should have a rethink. So people like us, we want the betterment of this state. And we decided to follow suit with the governor. And I remember vividly when the man came aboard, he invited every one of us, all the revenue collectors in Edo State. Osapawa No Moles was there, Tony Kabaka was there, Shaba was there. One of my late brother, Mr. Agbo, who was the driver welfare president, were also there. And the man told us that it's not going to be business as usual. Anything that has to do with revenue is not going to happen in his time. That everybody have to to undergo training. And the man, when the man came, he came with a good job scheme. And the man told us, and when we got home after the meeting, we told ourselves, and most of them said, no, it's not going to work, that we shouldn't allow it. But when I look at it, the kind of person that has come on board as a governor, I know the man is not going to take any nonsense from anybody. And I went for the training. I and some of my friends, I went for a good job training. So after the training, and they told us that for those of us that were collecting revenue before, that we should go for another training for this POS of the thing. That the money, the revenue that they are collecting for the state and the local government is not enough. That we should go for training. Actually, we went for the training. So for anyone to say today that Godwin Obaseki will not come for second term, that person is a joker. He's joking anyway. The truth of the matter is this: the man has come to this state to change the narrative, whether anybody like it or not. Before now, especially those of you who live in abroad, when you buy a land here and you don't have money to develop it, and you will tell your parents to start looking after the plot, before you know it, those are our brothers who was under the CDAs. We know the language they normally use. That if you are not ready to develop, they will sell the land to another person. If peradventure you came back and you know one or two persons in Benin, they will say, okay, no problem, we will relocate you. And that's what has been going on before Godwin Obaseki. And I can tell you today, that one has become history. So for me, Godwin Obaseki has done a lot. He has done a lot to understand that if we have the power to give him another 8 years, after these 8 years, I think we will do it. But this is democracy. We cannot do it. So my brother, Godwin Obaseki has done well. He has done a lot of job. I remember vividly, I grew up to meet Sir Savior Road. It's not motorable. I have an uncle that lives there for years. We can't go through Sir Savior. I remember vividly Iriri Road. You cannot pass through Iriri. A lot of roads in Benin that the man has done. So for anybody to come out to say Godwin Obaseki has not done anything, that he does not deserve the second tenure, I think those people, they are joking. So that is it for the now, my brother.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ebostone, for your analysis.
Yeah.
We are going to welcome Mr. Eriamiantor into the show right now.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening once again, Mr. Eriamiantor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. Nice to have you here. We are going to analyze all this together. You know,
Yeah.
it's obvious that you are supporting Governor Obaseki. Why we have our brother here, which is on ground, Ebostone, supporting Governor Obaseki. So we're going to come back to you again, but we want you to introduce yourself to followers as they're watching right now, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. My name is Stephen Eriamiantor. I am a strong supporter of Obaseki, not PDP. Obaseki. I must make that very clear. I'm a strong supporter of Obaseki, and I'm also the mouthpiece of the Edos in diaspora support group for Obaseki. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. That's very good. Thank you very much. And I'm going to come back straight away to Mr. Ebostone, because you mentioned something about the CDA. Because everybody thinks that CDA is over in Edo State, right? Now, I'm going to show you a video that I want us to watch together. Then I'll come back to this again. 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, let's watch this video together, please.
Me don't know as it happen. No, mama. When we start to do this work, he don't come. Look the back. Because I said the back of the not touch am. But me not gonna know wetin make I come go do this wickedness yesterday, this morning. Because blessing no go sleep today break because yesterday now we no fit comot for here yesterday. He just come midnight, towards midnight, come scatter this thing. Man, video man, then I give the owner because this one surprised me. Oh. Now when I yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I think we lost. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the that was a bad network there. But you managed to watch the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to ask you, Mr. Stone, because you live in those State Tuesday,
Yeah.
where a lady who lives in abroad her house was destroyed by CDA. You know, and I can also testify that there's one of my close associate she's currently facing the pressure from in Okabere community for her to pay 150,000 naira for a molu. Governor Gordon Obaseki have done well, and our father, the great Oba of Benin, have done well to eradicate the CDA situation.
About top, baby.
Yes, Oba Atokle, but it seems to be that we still have some stubborn CDA that is not actually listening to uh, what our Oba have said or following the law. What do you have to say about this?
Okay. You know, like they normally say that.
Yeah, what do you have to say about this, Mr.
Okay. Yeah. In Rome.
Mr. Ramato, please mute your mic.
Okay, I can hear you clearly now. Actually, a Rome was not built in a day. And by the grace of God, I know everything is going to be fine. Like most of these people that you have seen, when they see your ignorance, they want to use it as your wicked point. Normally, I remember vividly what he said, that when you get to the community, you can cook for the people around the community. So what I feel and what I think most of the community does is that they will tell the woman or the person in question what to do. They said we need 300 wraps of padeham, this bush meat, this one and this other one. You understand? So most of these women, and I remember the governor also created a committee to that effect, that whenever you have any challenges, that you can run down to that committee. And I think many of those people, they are not aware of this committee. Because if they are aware, when anybody comes out and say, give me so a man, and you run down to that committee, I know they'll switch to action. So for me, for a very long time, I've not heard of anything of such. And I remember vividly there was a phone number that they displayed in that committee, that if you have any challenges, you can come to government house and complain. And before 2 days, within 48 hours, they will call on the person. So for that video that I saw, I want to ask you
Mr.
yeah, if that video is a recent video or it's an old video, or if it is a recent video, I want to know the area and the community. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, we try to investigate that because the video was sent to our inbox on Tuesday. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we just wanted to ask because of the video. If this CDA has 100% be eradicated, and apart from that, you talk about the committee. Can you actually tell us the name of this committee, if you have the phone number? Because most of us in diaspora would like to know this committee in case, because my brothers and sisters abroad, many of them are building houses. In case they are facing this situation, at the end of the day, they can cry to this committee to come up to help them.
Okay. Yes, I think the name of that committee is PPP. When I think property. Let me not say what I don't.
Okay, you find out. You can find out and send it to me so that we can publish it.
Very important. Very important. With what I saw on that video, me, I'm not happy about it. I can swear draw the attention of the Mr. Governor to it. And I must tell you the truth. If Mr. Governor find out that thing was done in this Benin, in this Edo State recently, the man will act on it. I know the man that I'm working with, and I know the man that is governing Edo right now. The man does not take nonsense from anybody. Nobody on earth, I repeat, nobody on earth that has such power to do such thing to a fellow human being like him. I think I must condemn that act, and it's a very bad one.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abelstone. We're going to come to Mr. Eriamiantor. Mr. Eriamiantor, good evening once again. What do you think about that video that we just watched together concerning the CDA? Because I understand you've made a video before concerning this CDA, how praises were rained upon Governor Obaseki and our beloved father, Oba of Benin. But when things like this are happening, in Benin, and the owner of that house, according to the news we got, lives abroad, So what do you have to say about this? Your mind.
Good evening, everyone. The issue is this. I think like what my brother just said, Boston just said now, it's part of ignorance. We still have some elements who are criminals in our midst, who have refused, to turn a new leaf, based on what is practically, obtainable right now in Edo State. And having said that, I'm going to use myself as an example. I was at home during the January, and I was building a house around Amaba area there. I was home, and my contractor called me and said, some boys are on my site. Okay, I said, okay, just tell them to wait for me, then I'm coming. And I drove down to the site, and I met them, and they said, I needed to pay some amount of money. I said, but this property, I bought it already built to a certain level. And by the new law in town, you are not supposed to pay. That the only thing I was supposed to do was to see the enogie or the Ognowe, as the case may be. That is what the up put into place. And they said, yeah, we know, but you need to pass. Okay. Then Anna called the able of Amaba. Direct. That is what I did. That's what I said. Ignorance can lead to this. I called him, and he called the boys immediately and asked them to get out of my sight. That without nothing. And they never came until I roofed the house, put a fence around my compound, did my borehole, did some other little things that my money could do before I returned back to Europe. So why I feel that people need to speak out the moment anyone comes to you and makes such a demand. If you don't have the number of the panel being set up by the government, there are people within the community that you need to immediately alert to be aware of this illicit act being displayed by some miscreants who are still parading themselves as CDAs. Because as of today, the word CDA is illegal in Edo State.
Yes.
It is a criminal offense. So those guys are no more operating as CDAs. They are a bunch of criminals who is taking laws into their hands, and they need to be arrested and put behind bars. Because the lady whose house was destroyed, it is so pathetic that anyone would think that they can destroy the hard earning of a woman, for that matter, not just a man, a woman, and bring down such a house to that level. People like that need to be fished out. They need to be sent to court. If found guilty, they need to be thrown behind bar as a deterrent to anyone who perpetuate such, a bastardy and evil act of any kind. That is my take on this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantor. It's so pathetic to see something like that because most of us lives in diaspora. We suffer so much for our money. You can't buy a land and start building, and once CDA comes and destroy it just because you refuse to pay them some money, which is very, very wrong. So we're going to go on. I want Mr. Abelstone to get back to me on that with some information that I'm going to put on here so that can rescue most of our brothers and sisters in diaspora in case they are building and something like this comes up again, respectively. And the other thing that we're going to talk about today is we have other video that I'm going to play. I want to ask Mr. Abelstone, is this video concerning Comrade Tony Kabaka? So, because we understand what happened at the Oba Palace not quite long, why some hoodlums, I'll call them hoodlums, were shooting gun at the Oba Palace. So we've talked about this in previous time, but I would like Mr. Abelstone to analyze this. But before that, I'm going to play this video. Just watch.
Their blood goes to balance. The people that brought God to balance, before I will analyze the rest, his name is of the people of the popularly known as of the people. He was only poor person. They came with white healers, white singer. That's the record they came with. Of the people were only poor person. Say who can the only poor person. Then also last one, what do you call it? Only shotgun, locally made. Then what do you call it again? One two is the member of Global Weapon was only shotgun. I'm mentioning this because everybody saw what happened there. Police will answer the gate. It's not a policeman that will answer the gate that we are the one resisting those people. I don't know if it was a plan. Because the governor, as the governor left, police, a few policemen started leaving the gate. The way they were leaving was to damage. Because if we are doing with Baruna, we are planning it.
Okay.
No, that brought to
Right. I can. Hello, you guys can hear me very clear, right?
Very
Yeah,
well.
we can hear you.
Very
All
well.
right, good. So you can. I'm going to talk to Mr. Eberstone first. What do you think? Because Comrade Tony Kabaka revealed some names who were holding the gun, who were shooting the gun. Because most of us in the diaspora have been dumbfounded. We don't know who those that were shooting this gun. So what can you say about what Comrade Tony Kabaka said and the names he mentioned?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go to that issue of Tony Kabaka, let me still talk about that community CDA.
Okay, good.
In the course of the program, I was able to do some of my investigation, and I got some number from the committee that they can reach out to in case of any eventuality. And on this note, I think on this note, I will drop this number, and I will also drop my number on this program, so that in case of any eventuality, anything of such happen, those people, since they don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, I can as well tell them or direct them. I can be of help, because I have to do that for my government. It's not everything the government will be aware of. You understand me? So on this note, I want to drop this number, one of the number of the committee members. I go 070
Yeah, go ahead.
61
Yeah,
85
yeah,
74
yeah.
61.
Good.
I think it's necessary for me to also drop my number, so
So
that
what's their name again? What's their name?
PPP. But what I think I will do, I have to get the full meaning of that PPP. I know it's something property development, but I don't think, because if it is property development, it have to be PDP or something. So I have to get the name correctly. I will send it to you. I will send it to you maybe before this program get on, and then I will get the name. I will get the correct name and send it to. But that number is one of the committee members' number that I just sent to you now.
Thank you.
Okay, then I think I can also drop mine in case if there's anyone that is facing same problem, they can also reach out to me. My
Please,
numbers
yeah.
are 081
Yeah.
101
101, yeah.
65
65
121.
121. Good.
Yeah. Should I call it again, or you get it correctly?
Let me go 081
Yeah.
101 65 121.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we would like
Thank
you
you very
to
much.
answer the question concerning what Comrade Tony Kabaka said.
Okay, let me go to that question. That is Mr. Tony Kabaka speaking, aka the Tigers Alliance. The truth of the matter, we all know what transpired at the Oba Palace on that fateful day. They were not having any business in that palace on that fateful day. It was the PDP campaign council that visited the palace. So we, the supporters of the PDP, they told us not to come to the palace because of this COVID-19, so that we should maintain a social distance. We were at the Ogbe Stadium, where the governor and the visitor, they went to the palace. So actually, before we knew what was going on, some of our supporters that later went there with the governor, they were beat up by Tony Kabaka and his boys. When the information got to us, and we all have to move down to the palace, and we went there in support of our governor. And when we got there, we met Tony Kabaka and other people. There were over 5,000 men and women, boys, they were out there singing songs. They were bullying the governor, they were insulting the governor and the visitor that came with him. Even when we got to the palace, we couldn't get entrance to the palace, to the gate of the palace. So at that point, we now have some issue. The younger brother to Tony Kabaka, which his name is called Kapwepoe, and others, they were doing all sorts of things there. They were fighting our people. So when we got there, and we there was no way we could keep quiet and start looking at them. So we had misunderstanding anyway. I must be frank with you. On that process, Tony Kabaka came out and said he was addressing everybody. He saw me, he called me, he said, "Hey, Bosto, come. We are one family. This is palace. We don't supposed to play politics here." And I told him one thing. I said, "You people have no business here. Before we came, you people have been making trouble here. They fought a lot of our supporters. They broke their head. They did all sorts of things." I said, "Now that we are here, it's for us to know exactly what happened." The Tony Kabaka was now addressing everybody that we shouldn't come here and play politics. I said, "But you people are here. You are putting on POI cap. What are you people doing here? You don't have business for you to be here." And he was telling us that they came for Omonoba's baby naming ceremony, that they were invited by Captain Osa. And I told them, I said, "We are all Benin. They don't do naming ceremony in the morning. It's always at night. And moreover, it is not today that the PDP campaign council, they are visiting the palace, that you people will also be here." Before we knew what was going on, we heard another noise again. They started fighting our boys. During that process, they were the one that came with gun. When Tony Kabaka was mentioning name, I just laughed at him. To start with, they should bring out the pictures of any of those people, of those PDP supporters that they found with gun when they were shooting gun. It's not just for you to come out to start mentioning it. Like that was Civil Boot he was talking about. When I was his PA, or Civil Boot was his vice chairman. The same essay Utagba he was talking about, he was the former chairman of Utagba community. Now he's not the president of Karele of that community. They had issue of land. They have land at dispute over there. So now, because Tony Kabaka had issue with all these people, he decided to mention their names. Why he couldn't mention my name on that fateful day? Because I gave him attention, and he came. He was begging me I should allow peace to reign, because we couldn't take the nonsense anymore. They injured many of our supporters. They were all bleeding. So I was so surprised when, after the governor left, we all moved with the governor. We didn't know what transpired. We didn't know how the gunshot he was talking about. We didn't know who shot at them. It was not the members of the PDP. It was not the supporters of Godinore Rasa Obaseki. I think Tony Kabaka should be questioned. He should be called. They should call him and ask him questions. I remember vividly last week Saturday when we went to DSS office. They invited their side. They invited us as well. And the issue also came up. And that was the same thing that I told the director of SSS. I said, "Sir, you should ask Tony Kabaka, the people that came there to shoot them. Since he was mentioning names, he should show you evidence." And there was no evidence to that effect. So my brothers and sisters in the hospital, I want to make you understand that we know the people who are the lions and tigers. We know the people that can shoot guns. We know the people that is so desperate to get Edo State back. Not the Tokberans, not the supporters of Godinore or Baseki. So my brother, I want to let you know at this point that none of us that went there with gun, none of us that went there with cutlass, none of us that went there with any sort of weapon. It was Tony Kabaka and his boys that went there with those guns and material that we were talking about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your analysis. I appreciate that. What you have to say about the September 19th, Mr. Eriamiantor, who do you think is going to emerge? Because I understand you're supporting Governor Godwin Obaseki, but the way the election is going right now, Pastor Sage Ezeyamu is pulling weight as well. You know, so who do you think, if you have to be sincere, if you have to be straightforward, you know, I understand you would like your principal to win, your governor to win. Now, who do you think, and what will you do if, for example, it happens, Pastor Sage Ezeyamo become a governor of Edo State in September 19? Mr. Eriamiantor, that question is for you.
Okay. I think Ezeyamo becoming a governor in Edo State is a mirage. Let me make something very clear here. Ezeyamo is going to be another great Ogboru of Delta State, who comes out every 4 years, very close to the government house, but never get there. Don't mark my word clearly. And based on what has happened on both sides, and based on the fact that is on ground, as a social commentator and a social political analyst, I have been able to interact with a lot of people, both in the diaspora and right there in Benin City, in particular. And what we get, the feedback we get is that Obaseki is the man of the moment. And a man told me yesterday after my live broadcast, he said, if Obaseki gets 70% of the vote in the election, he will tell ANEC to do the election again. That there was fraud. That Obaseki needs to get a minimum of 90% to defeat the Eriamiantor. So that is the extent we are going. And also, speaking of other one in diasporas, I said something very clearly. Somebody told me, said, Steve, you are not in Nigeria, you can't vote. I said, yes, I can't vote as a person, but I alone have a vote of 10 persons tied to my name. So if they think those of us in diaspora does not have any stake in this very particular election, then I think they are joking, because we are the one that is actually making a good moving. So because of that, we have a lot to say, we have a lot also to do to make sure that this election is swinging to the side of governmental responsibility. And also, based on the entire project that have been put in place by this man, not every single human being, every single human being will want the next 4 years for a better Edo. 2 days before the exposure of the modular refinery, Oshomole was on a national television and set out and said everything that we have done with an MOU. And 2 days after, the federal government was delegates all the way from Abuja to go and see the extent of the job that be done by the Chinese government, the NNPC, and the Edo State government, which is in connection to the modular refinery. Oshomole said that the entire MOU of Obaseki was an audio MOU, and yesterday, the World Bank gave the Edo State government a $75 million grant on education. Oshomole said the MOU of the government is all about a gimmick. The Oshomo power plant is already near to completion. My brother, having said all this, these are clear indices that the winning spray is going to be not if Obaseki will win. The winning spray is how much will Obaseki go to beat Ezeyamo and Oshomole hands down. As of today, Science Center is locked up. Edo State is locked up. It's Obaseki. As of today, the Edo South is already 70 to 80% Obaseki. Even the Edo North, where Oshomole came from, there is a rugged, vice president, governor of the name Comrade, which will dig it out with the Oshomole in Edo North. Putting all this together in pari passu, you will know clearly where that Obaseki is going the way to winning. Even rigging cannot stop Obaseki from winning the election in a free and fair contest. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantor. I'm going to talk to Mr. Ebostone. Mr. Ebostone, we can't see your face no more. Can you hear me?
hear you.
Okay, but we can't see your face no more, so I'm going to take you out so that you can come back again. I think it's the network.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
yeah,
want you to come back again. Okay, right. Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantor, for analyzing it, for letting us know that you have so much faith on Governor Obaseki for the September 19 election. You know, but other thing is there was some messages that came to our inbox.
Yes.
Some people complaining about roads, like a Kewan road is so bad and stuff like that. And for a while now, since the situation concerning Governor Gordon Obaseki and Comrade Adams Oshomole, most people have complained that the governor have not done anything. Do you think, because I asked you the other time, do you think the distraction is stopping the governor from doing anything, or is waiting to win the election first before he starts working? Because at the moment, multitude have said that he's not doing anything.
I think they are just being economical with the truth, because even their principal, Pastor Sagi Zeyamu, said that on the channel on the national television, Channels TV, and said he had not seen anything that Obaseki had done. And I put it to him and his supporters that the road that is going to his farm at Amaba was tied by Governor Obaseki. And I put it to him and his supporters that the road that leads to his own private home where he lives at Ubo was also tied by Governor Obaseki. And I put it to them that as of today, as I speak to you right now, the Ewotubu Market Road is under construction as I am talking with you right now. It is under construction. Obaseki had refused to be derailed, by political, campaign or whatever. If his governance is a thing that must be at Eto. Let me tell you something, my brother. On the 24th of this month, that's a few days back, the entire workers in Edo State have received their salary. This is unprecedented. It has never happened before. No, the man doesn't care. He told us in one of our chats with him, he said, listen, guys, I don't care if I win or I lose, but I will not go below the standard that I need to give to my people. That's what he told us. So holding teachers is not part of his dealings. Doing what he ought to do is not part of his dealings. When he went to Edo North, he got to a circle west or so that he could not even finish to commission the project that he had done in that area because he needs to campaign. He also went to Edo Central. The same thing happened there. So the man is not distracted by anything based on what is happening, within the political space. All that Oshomole and his co-host wanted to do is to derail the governor so that he would lose focus, he would not be able to balance anymore. They would not say, yes, we told you he could not do it. But the man is not distracted by any of their gimmicks. He's on track and it's going well.
Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantor. There's a video, the last video we're going to play, where I'm going to ask Mr. Ebostone some questions. Mr. Ebostone, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? I can see you're struggling with your network. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but we can't see your face no more. I don't know why. It's all black now. It's the network, I can see, yeah. Okay, we're going to play the last video, and I want you to see this video, please.
You are in diaspora, you are an Edo man. You don't know what is happening in Edo State. Don't let anybody lie to you. For 4 years, Obaseki has not done anything. It's a lie. Nothing but the truth. My title of album is Nothing But the Truth. I'm just telling you the truth. He has not done anything.
I'm going to ask Mr. Abel Stone, despite that we are fighting with his network right now. I think we lost him there. I just hope he comes back. Okay, I want Mr. Eriamiantor to talk about what Idris Abdulkarim said about Governor Godwin Obaseki. We all know that Idris Abdulkarim doesn't live in Edo State. He's not an Edo man, you know. So we are trying to understand what is going on here. You know, what connection Edo State people have with Idris Abdulkarim when it comes to election. You know, so I don't know. I want you to answer this. What is going on here? Because that video is surprising everybody. It's like a shock. What do you have to say about what Mr. Idris Abdulkarim has said?
Thank you very much. I think that guy is suffering from overdose of quality weed. You know, like you said, he doesn't live in Edo State, and you cannot talk about a state that you know nothing about. He just came into town, which I'm not going to discuss on this live channel today. I'm going to do it tomorrow on a full-blown broadcast on it. Idris Abdulkarim. I had his dossier right with me because I will not have the time, to really, get bust off on him. He came to Benin for different things entirely. He actually came to Benin to do an interview. He wanted to come and interview Oshomole to ask Oshomole why are the Oshomole turned, around from being an activist, from being a comrade to become an oppressor. That was what he told these people when he left Lagos for Benin. But when he got to Benin, he was paid off. At the time he met Oshomole, he was paid off. We know how much they pay him. So we are coming there. He was paid off to do those shit that he did there. Because he's talking about Obaseki has done nothing. For goodness sake, he needs to talk about Lagos. Lagos is in deep shit. Where he came from, where he lives. Lagos has become a private property of Tinubu, which these guys don't talk about. What Obaseki has done, not even the Lagos state has done it. If he said Obaseki has done nothing, I remember Governor Shawolu of Lagos State said on a live television that he had copied Edo Best, hook and sink, that is going to develop on it for the Lagos State educational sector. So if Obaseki had done nothing that anybody could see, but the governor of Lagos State was able to see one that he picked and replicate in his own domain, that is an achievement. If nobody saw that, but there is somebody who is the leader of the city or state that he lives in that will say something good about him. But tomorrow I'm going to deal with Idris Abdulkarim clearly and squarely. You don't play with an Edo man. And those of us in diasporas that we are being lied to. Those of us in diasporas, we are not dummies. We are the most
Honorable Minister, off your mic. Honorable Minister, off your mic. We have heard you, Mr. Eriamiantor. Okay, now, Mr. Abel Stone, I want you to talk about what Idris said, that Governor Godwin Obaseki have not done anything. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, my brother, that's laughable for anybody to come out to say that Godwin Obaseki has not done anything. Whether you live in Benin, whether you are from Edo State or not, as we speak today, we are in a global world. Everybody goes to social media to see one or two things. So for the issue of Idris Abdulkarim, I don't think it's a big deal. There are the kind of people that will talk to you in a public place, that you will reply. There are some people that will talk to you, just ignoring. Idris Abdulkarim is a frustrated human being. So we don't need to bring Idris issue to the issue we have on ground in Edo State. Idris Adukari is not from this state. They said an hungry man is an angry man. Idris Adukari is not from this state. He does not have one vote in this state. So I don't think there's any need for us to waste our time talking about Idris Adukari. We have a better thing to talk about for the development our governor Obaseki has been doing. So we, as the Edolites, I want to use this opportunity to thank my brothers and sisters in the diaspora for what you people have been doing. The way you people, you are following Governor Obaseki, the enthusiasm, your concern for what you people are doing for Governor Obaseki. Since I was born, I'm over 40. I've never seen a Benin man cooperate like this the way they are doing today. I've never seen any Edo man have this kind of cooperation since I was born. So that's to tell you that this issue of Godinowera Obaseki is a divine one. It's a movement. So Godinowera Obaseki victory is sure come September 19. And I want to use this opportunity to beg every one of you in the diaspora. I know many of you have been doing it. Talk to your mother, talk to your father, talk to your sister, talk to your brothers, talk to your friends over here to come on September 19 to cast their vote for Godinowera Obaseki. They should not listen to the lions and tigers. They will not do anything. They are only trying to create fear for our people, for them not to come on that September 19. So we are not fools, we are not dumb. We will go there on that faithful day, we will cast our vote, we will defend our vote. I don't see how they can rig this election. So I want to use this opportunity to beg my brothers and sisters to come out on September 19 and vote for Godinowera Obaseki, because a vote for Godinowera Obaseki is a vote for development. We don't see our fathers and mothers going to the streets again to protest for their salary. 26 every month, the pensioners, they get their salary. For the teachers, because before Obaseki came, they said the reward of teachers is in the heaven. But now in Edo State, their reward is on earth. I know many teachers that Godinowera Obaseki are sponsored to abroad to go and learn more. I know many teachers that win many awards for Godinowera Obaseki. So for anybody to come out to say Godinowera Obaseki has not done anything is laughable. So for the issue of Idris is not a problem. We have better things to discuss. We have better things to do. We are canvassing vote for our governor, not for that dirty Idris. Who is Idris? So my brother, let's forget the issue of Idris. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abelstone. We do appreciate your time to be on our show today. We are definitely going to bring you back again after the election so that you can cement what you have said today.
Yes.
You know, after September 19th, I will definitely invite you back to come talk to Edos in diaspora, because we are very concerned. Like you said before, this is the first time Edos in diaspora have shown concern over the election in Edo State, because most of us have shown that we don't care before. But now we've realized that we don't care, but it's actually affecting us. We can't challenge Nigeria and plan to go to Benin without no fear. So, I believe there's time for everything. So whoever that God knows that is going to be the best, that's going to be the best governor for Edo State, that's going to do something good for Edo people, should emerge the governor of Edo State in September 19. You know, I want Mr. Eriamiantor, please unmute your mic. I want you to talk to Edos both home and away in 1 minute before we end the show, while Mr. Abelstone is still going to address Edos in diaspora in 1 minute. So, Mr. Eriamiantor, can you talk to everyone just for 1 minute and let's end the show?
Okay, please, my Edo brothers and Edo sisters, both home and the diaspora. Now, God, now take Beguna. This election now for our future. Don't play with your future. Don't sell your vote. Vote Governor Godinowera Obaseki for continuity. It takes time. It takes time for us to get a man like again, a man that actually cares for the people. My mama for market, my brother driver, all of una where una dey. I use God beg una, make una come outside on the 19th of September, make una come vote. I want to say to us, election is not war. Election is a game. Let's play it maturely. No war, no fight. Because after election, Edo still remain Edo. Whether Obaseki win or is there Yamu not win Edo still remain Edo.
Edo must move forward. You.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Eberstone, thank you very much once again. I want you to address those, especially those in diaspora, because we can see you have a lot of fans. I never knew you have a lot of fans in diaspora like this.
Yeah.
Our inbox have been bombarding. Please bring Eberstone for us. We want to talk to Eberstone. We want Eberstone to talk to us. So I want you to use 1 minute to address them, what you think is going to happen in September 19th.
Thank you very much. And before I say my last speech, let me just give this song to my people. Edo must move forward, yo. Move forward, yo. Backward never, yo. Yo. My brothers and sisters, I want to use this opportunity to beg una. Make una come out September 19th. Make una come vote for Godwin Oregase Obaseki, so that all the good work will start for this state may for finish am. Let me tell you one thing: good things don't come easy. We'll not deceive ourselves. The people who they fight with, they're strong past us according to them, but they're not strong past God. God Almighty, now you know waiting tomorrow one become. God Oregase Obaseki in a project. Not where anybody will do about that. They go bring money come on that fateful day. May they bring the money come, and I go collect them. If una use left hand, take collect the money for them, and I go use right hand, take go vote for una pikin Godwin Oregase Obaseki. Make I tell una one thing, like those lions and tigers. Why they don't want make Godwin Oregase Obaseki come back? They want the when they first they get money, when one person they get 1 million, so they get 500, so they get 300. They want me come back again. And you don't go feel work. We, they're part of the people when they collect revenue before. I want to tell you now, when Obaseki comes, so me, I go training. I baba on my head, I baba my baby. I wear nika, white and white nika. I wear rubber shoe, I go get that police training school. I was trained in this job for 2 weeks. I don't go my family house, I don't go my house. I dey sleep those olden days bed when be say when police say they train. I go there to make sure say I feel work for Godwin Oregase Obaseki. But those one when say the big pass Godwin Oregase Obaseki say they don't feel work, common work apart from Agberu work. So they slap our mother, they do everything for market to collect money. They want me to remove the governor. None of them don't feel come and say this Godwin Oregase Obaseki. No, see one thing when he do them. They don't get one thing to talk. But the one when they talk say the man must go. Let me tell you, even the Bible talk and he say when the righteous rule, he said the people rejoice. Everybody, as long as the civil servants they are all happy, Obaseki must come back. As long as the teachers are happy, Obaseki will come back. The pensioners are happy, Obaseki will come back. The market women, the bus drivers. So for them, when no one work, apart from government, they're not going to use that see this September 19. God will disgrace all of them. Because come September 19, Godwin Oregase Obaseki must emerge victorious in Jesus' name. And for my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, for una love, one of the show for una brother, Godwin Oregase Obaseki, una continue. Make una talk to una papa, talk to una mama, talk to una sister. Make them come, one day not go kill us. When they come and that day, they vote, they go wait, make they can their vote. At the end of it all, they will go back. Thank you very much. Anytime, any day, when I want to come in for this program, I am ready. And for the number, when I give una for this program, when I come in case of any challenges, I'm also 1 or 2 persons when they involved. When I go talk to, when they say it will honor me. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Eberstone. We appreciate your time this evening. Like we said before, we really do appreciate you. We appreciate Mr. Eriamiantor, he's an ambassador to Niger Watch, and We appreciate what he has been doing so far. So we appreciate both of you for this time. So we are going to do this again after September 19, because we all know that September 19 is just around the corner. So
Yes,
we'll come back to talk about these, about the two major candidates, Pastor Sage Zeyamo and Governor Godwin Obaseki. Thank you very much and have a good evening, my people.
Thank you. God bless.
Right. Thank you, everyone, for your time. We really do appreciate you today. We are still trying to bring more people in, so that we can talk about it September 19. This whole matter, is our business. Like before, we used to say, it's not my business, but now it's our business, because if you visit Nigeria, your life is at risk. If you visit those states, your life is at risk. Some people live in Nigeria that normally say that the day they are voting, I will not go and vote. Waiting concern me. At the end of the day, it's you that is suffering it. So those in diaspora, those both home and away, everybody have shown concern over this forthcoming election, September 19th. It surprised me though. But let's see how it goes. On September 19, we are going to have a new governor. Either it's going to be Pastor Sage Zeyamo or Governor Godwin Obaseki. By God's grace, with the good governor, that we bring happiness and joy to Edo people, will emerge in September 19th. Thank you, everybody. Please share this video. Continue to stick with us. Subscribe to our channel. We are here to always bring the breaking news to you. We try our best, to make you all happy and engage you with the most important information from Edo State. Thank you very much and have a good night. Thank you.